In this golf bag, I have two drivers which were made, built and spec'd for, that was totally the wrong order, a major champion golfer. In this video, I might explain who it is. I'll give you a couple of clues, but the first one we have is a Callaway Big Bertha. Now, this obviously is not a newish driver, but I've got a couple here that were made for different golfers who both won major championships, and I want to see if I can get on with them. So you'll see this is the Big Bertha 11 series, and it's an 8.5 head, which looks absolutely tiny, and I'm petrified of this. There's no adjustment in here whatsoever. I'd go as far as saying there's not a lot of technology either in the 415cc 8.5 degree head. Why are we doing this, Bobby? But guys, I'm always interested to see what Tour Pros are using, what Tour Pros were using, and this has got a Grafaloy blue extra stiff Tour shaft in there. These are straight from the retrospective Tour trucks all that time ago. So is this going to be just as good as a modern day Callaway driver because this was made and spec'd for one of the best in the world? I think he ended up using 3-wood a lot. So the golfer this was made for did win a major championship. He won the Open. I feel like I've really given it away now, but I feel like the shaft probably gives it away more than anything. This could do with a regrip, but the head actually looks quite nice. Can I launch it? Can I get it out there? Oh. Right, it was penetrated and it was firm. It did hit the tree, so I'll be amazed to see where that's finished. But we're going to jump in the studio with this as well and see just what kind of numbers we can get with it. Try not to start it as left this time. It's quite a narrow entrance to this fairway. Oh. Right, that was the middle of the tree. The thing is here, I'm really happy with those ball flights. Let's go one more here and we'll move to a different tee. And let's just aim down the right. I'm trying to like draw it in. I feel like that could be the shot. It sounds incredible. There we go. Now that's the one I've been hoping to hit for you. And that's the one I want to keep hitting, both out here and in the studio, to see potentially just how good this works against a modern day club. Bobby, can you guess who it was for?
I know who it was for.
You know who it was for? Well, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you, but let's continue. Now, that honestly didn't go as bad as what I thought it could have done, because with it having the extra, look at the head cover. The head covers were terrible. How long was the sock as well? Look at that for a sock. It's like a football sock. But with it having the extra stiff shaft in there, I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to rotate the face, square it up, and obviously keep it on the planet. I was thinking it was going to go really high right and over onto the A64. It hasn't done that. The first two, I feel like I was maybe overdoing it, like trying to release the head a little bit quicker. And if that big tree wasn't there, they would have been good because they would have just kind of held the line a little bit. They weren't hooky, they were just starting a little bit low. That third shot, really, really happy with that. I can't wait to see what spin numbers I'm getting with this, because it's 8.5 degrees. Usually now I'd use like a 10.5 degree driver. But back in the day, it was all about loft down, get it up there, try and lower that spin, see how far you can get it. Like the big hitters used to use a 7.5 degree driver, didn't they? Whereas now it's just like, come in for a fit in, we'll make sure it's right for you, and then go with it. I mean, it's not a great return, is it? First two shots, lost balls. There's one all the way up there in the rough. I can't imagine that's it. It's not gone to plan that. Brings intrigue though, doesn't it? It has to be that. Maybe we've only lost one, Bobby. Because look where the other one is. I mean, that's rivaling any driver, that. That's massive down there. If this is, and I think it is, the Wilson. Yeah, so we've only lost one. I don't know how that's got through that. Maybe these Tour drivers are magic. Like they go through a tree and they just carry on. 90% air. Like Chris's hair. Can we make birdie? Yeah, I did, yeah. And you see, the reason why I want to do videos like this, and I'd love to get my hands on more kind of tour related products, even from yesteryear like these are, because there's always been like an enigma about Tour Pros golf equipment, about the golf balls people use, about irons they use, driver they use, they go a lot further. Is that true? Like if this Callaway driver, and we will test this in this video, so stay tuned, compares to a Paradigm AI Smoke under the similar numbers, surely the Big Bertha of 2008 or whenever this was, 2006, wouldn't compete, like it wouldn't do a normal one, surely. So without kind of like dissecting the head and seeing potentially what hot melts in there or anything like that, eventually we'll get to the green, Bobby, won't we? With these clubs. I wasn't even going to play this hole, but there's someone on the next tee, so I just thought, well, we'll have a little chat about the clubs and make a par. 5 off the tee, it's a 9. And there's another little tell on this driver that could kind of give away whose it was. I don't know if Bobby noticed when you're doing the close-ups, but there's... I haven't done that. And I'm only the second person to hit this. And the reason why there's so many potentially of these drivers around is, like, not just back in the day, but now, tolerances in drivers and driver consistency, they probably are a lot better now than they were at this point in time, but they still won't be perfect. So you could have exactly the same driver built that's just a little bit different. Think about driving a car off a forecourt. They won't all be the same. I might have the same car as Bobby, but mine drives totally different to Bobby's. That's how it's put. But, right, there's no tree on the left. We're going to aim up the right. We're going to hit 3 consistent shots. This head's growing on me, Rob. Wow. And it's funny because that's exactly what, look at that go. Exactly what this driver was built for. I said the chap who it was built for hit 3 wood a lot because that's what his swing characteristics did suit. It hit it a long way, hit a lot of fairways, and of course was very successful to win a major championship. Obviously, trying to design a driver head that does something similar is quite a challenge in itself. Yeah, just in case you didn't know what it was. What does it say on the head cover? Does it say driver? Great Big Bertha, it's Big Bertha 2, not 11. I said 11. One idiot. And then just the world's longest sock. Right, same again. Can we get consistency? Because there could be some value in one of these. You know, if you hit it straight and keep it in play. That is gorgeous. I've actually just kind of opened myself up there, you know, to get it a little bit higher. That's phenomenal, and unfortunately we are going to have to get a new ball out because we did lose one. But it could have been a lot worse, Bobby, couldn't it? On the last hole. Then we'll look at numbers and see just like how this is, because again, this isn't just a normal everyday driver. I sometimes wonder if these drivers do often find their way into circulation, do find their way to eBay, Golf Clubs for Cash, Facebook Marketplace, all these places you can spend money to get second-hand clubs. Like, if this driver was used in tournament play, it's very worth something as a bit of memorabilia, isn't it? Because the chap didn't just win a major, he won lots and lots of tournaments. Do we tell him who it is at the end, Rob? Ah, it's just that toey one that's hanging on to the left. That's 2 out of 3, so we're getting better. Guys, let's jump inside, see how this does compare to the modern day Callaway driver. And then we'll finish off with a rather difficult drive on a par 5. It's Henrik Stenson. Shh. Okay, so when it comes to the numbers for this Callaway Tour driver, we all can probably guess whose it is now. How does it perform? So, looking down it looks so small. I'd love to re-grip this and really give it a good go. Straight away, that feels incredible. Look how straight that's gone, by the way. It's not going to be the longest carry, but that is carrying 254, 277 total. As you'll see, guys, whenever I do a new club review, they're around 270 to 275 carry. Can we get a better... Oh, that's not the one you want. This is the one where maybe forgiveness might be an issue. That's spinning at 3,000, and that's only carried 240. I feel like it slipped a bit in my hands there. It could be long. It's leaking a bit to the right, but it's that lower penetrating flight. It's similar though. It's just a 250 odd. How low that's come out with that 8 degree. Not high enough. That felt better. That felt really good. Almost as good as I've got. 256 carry, 280 yards total. Spinning at 1800, so quite a low spin driver. I was waiting for this one. One of the better ones, still nowhere past 270. Right, that's as good as I've got, and that maybe puts the cat amongst the pigeons with a 266 carry, 290 total. But fair to say, it's been a bit of a rarity. That's one of the better ones. I feel like I've squared the path up, and that is a 271 yard carry, 293 total, 2000 spin, all off the back of 105 mile/hour club head speed. That is interesting. That's really interesting. Is there something in this Tour driver? You can't hit it toey. You're not allowed to hit it toey. It doesn't work. This guy never hit it toey. So one thing that's really interesting me here is how consistent the front to back dispersion is with this club, even with different ball flights. So that was the final shot, the pull. The shot in the middle of the fairway was the first shot. And the second shot, I preferred the ball flight a little bit higher, a little bit more cutty, but again, it's not too far behind both the other shots. So is there something in this? Is there something in the consistency you get from a Tour Pros driver, even if it's 15 years old? Let's find out on the next tee. Okay, the final tee. This is a par 5 going round the corner. We need to try and get a little bit of draw on this if possible, and we cannot start it left. So there's that to go at. Numbers-wise, I don't know yet, because I'm going to film the numbers portion afterwards and put it in. So I know as much as Bobby knows, but you know more than we know, which is a very strange place to be. I'll tell you, right. How workable is it? You'd think this would be like the most workable driver ever, wouldn't you? Like the least forgiving and the most workable. Oh my God, how good is that? I feel like I've not even tried to hit that. Did you see that ball flight? Where's that been? Like, I actually feel like, because it's extra stiff, I've been trying to swing it like faster and faster, and then I'd stop hitting the middle of the club face.
I think it's longer than standard.
What, shaft? No, I don't think so. No, I think we'll check. I'll put it. If it is longer, then we'll go with it. But that felt absolutely amazing. Like, I haven't tried to muller it. Just put a bit of a draw on it. And again, that was toey as well, but I reckon that's long. Very long. And I honestly think it's taken me this long to realise how I have to hit this driver to get it to work for me. Obviously, other people would have a lot better swings than I, which was quite obvious. Right, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's 3 of my country best, and that really has put the cat amongst the pigeons with this video. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, smash that subscribe button below. Lots of similar videos like this to come, hopefully. I'm going to try and build a bag of ex-Tour Pros equipment and see what I can do with it. Not because I'm that good, but it's fun, isn't it? See you tomorrow. Goodbye. And as you can see, that's probably the hardest tee shot on the course for me. And that's 3 very consistent drives. Cheers.